Welcome back to the EAM Crypto channel. My name is Enrique. Thank you so much for watching and for all of the comments and support, and I appreciate it all. We are 160 subs away from 3,000, so if you get any value whatsoever from today's video, definitely hit the subscribe button. All right, so let's get into it. There's a lot to cover. The first thing that I wanted to cover is just that BTC dominance right now looks all sorts of bullish. All I see is higher highs, higher lows. And look, guys, it looks like I don't know how long this is going to take. It could take a bit, but I'm guessing that 48.47% is where we're headed. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long this will take, but that's where I think we're headed. And if we look left, we know that as BTC dominance rises, it's usually not good for alt. So it is a kind of a cautionary kind of thing here when we see BTC dominance looking so damn bullish. So 48.47 is where I see BTC going. And it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm guessing some kind of double top maybe would make a lot of sense, but keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that we wanted to cover is the gap. I tweeted about this a couple days ago. I think it was maybe this weekend or Monday. Yeah, well, yeah, it had to be past the weekend. This CME Futures Gap is pretty much a big one. It really, really is. Looks like we're starting to kind of trend that way. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of wick, and then maybe we start heading back up, but we will see. Macro, unfortunately, was all sorts of disappointing today, like really disappointing, and we're going to cover that in a second. So here I am telling you that BTC dominance is looking bullish. I'm telling you that there's a gap to fill, right? That should bring us all the way down to, well, the CME gap should bring us, down here to the 19,000 and change, right? And then if that isn't fun enough, let's see what happened with the macro. So if we look at SPX, this trend line, this is the daily. This isn't an hour. This isn't the 4 hour. This is the daily. This trend line that has been all sorts of just pesky and rough, and it's legitimate. It's legitimate as hell. It looks like we rejected off it again, and look at that harsh reaction. If we zoom in a little bit, that is a hell of a reject. So I didn't do this line as clean as I should. I need to clean this one up on this one. I don't know why I put up this chart because I have one that was super clean and actually had it in a downtrending channel. I don't know why I picked this one. Sorry, guys, but just believe me. We bounced off this trend line pretty damn rough. That is all sorts of scary. It doesn't look good. I just see a lower high. And yeah, just really, really disappointing. I mean, is it really going to be that easy to just every single time that hits this trend line, just go the other way? I don't know. And then just to make things even worse, and again, there's things to be bullish about. We're going to cover that in a second. Look here at the Dow Jones Index. This is not good, guys. I mean, look at this high right here. And now, I mean, we pretty much confirmed this one. I mean, let's see what the follow through looks like tomorrow. But I just see a lower high. So this is not good. It's kind of like a double top kind of thing. And I mean, if we could flip this chart over, this reminds me of like YFI 2 weeks ago. Remember when I told you guys about YFI 2 weeks ago? I don't even know what that token does. I think it's Chinese. I don't know. It just has scam written all over it. But that's what I was really excited about it because it looked like the inverse of this, right? So yeah, look at this, guys. This sucks. This is not good. So when you put those things together, and then again, I just want to be completely transparent. I don't want to sound too bearish because there are reasons to be bullish, and we'll cover that in a second. Litecoin, it's really hard to be bullish on Litecoin under 84 right now. And right now we're at 83. So let's see if we can kind of reclaim that $84 mark tomorrow, or later on today, since it's already the new day as of 3 hours ago. Let's see what happens. But I even tweeted about this a few weeks ago. I said Litecoin was like one of the most bullish charts in all of crypto, and it really was, right? And I took a long down here in the 60s, and I don't know. I'm gonna give it a day to see what it does, but I don't know. I do think that if it stays below 84, then that is looking all sorts of bearish. And 60, what is this? $65.69. Here we go. That's where it's headed if it doesn't reclaim 84 and reclaim it pretty quick, maybe within 24 to 48 hours. So a cheeky little short down to 66 might work. Just saying, just throwing it out there. But But yeah, let's see what Litecoin does. So all those things looking kind of bearish, not good, not happy about it. All right, so as far as look, guys, I love to talk about when I was wrong, because that's where we learn a lot, right? It's talking about where I was wrong. And if we look at BTC here on the daily, we'll do. Sorry, this is a little too busy. I did a horrible job of which charts to pick for today's video, but sorry, I'm all sorts of busy, have a million things going on. But look, the net of this is that my thesis, the way that I was viewing things was that, oh no, well here, we're just gonna have to get rid of that. I don't know where I moved it to. Was that we're going to be kind of like in this wedge, and that we were gonna remain in that wedge, all right, all the way down to about 13.8, okay? And that this was going to happen sometime late Q1, early Q2. Well, we broke out of that wedge, right? So I still want to keep this open just to kind of see. I think this line could act as amazing resistance, because it was resistance support, because it was resistance for so long, right? All the way back to June. So look, guys, I was wrong though. Like, I really was wrong. I was pretty confident that we were just going to stay in this wedge, and it was just going to kind of get all this momentum and just then kind of create this coil effect and just thrust up then. But it happened now. So, when new data presents itself, we have to be flexible. We got to be like water and change to it, right? So the big thing here is, well, now what, right? I just told you a bunch of reasons to be bearish. But this, if you just don't ever do this like as a whole, but just for 2 seconds, just look at this graph and forget about the macro. This chart and forget about the macro. This looks really tasty. It looks yummy. This looks solid. Here we are at this point where right here, this is just the bulls and bears fighting, because all the ones that bought down here and bought down here, they're all taking profit here. So of course we're going to consolidate here. So the longer that this consolidates and stays, in my opinion, over 19K, because that's the next level, is really 19K. Ish. I think you can make an argument that's a little higher, but let's just say, just for fun's sake, let's just say that this level is like 19K-ish, or a little bit under, actually makes more sense, but we're just going to put it there, which is a little bit under 19K. So the longer that it does this, right, and maybe fluctuates all the way up to the next level of resistance, which I think, well, here, let's just do it together. What makes sense? We're on the daily. This makes a lot of sense right here. Let's go with that. Whoops. Yeah, let's go with that. Actually, I should do this more often where we do this together, so you guys can kind of see where my head's at when I do this kind of stuff. That looks a little too high. I'm trying to figure out yeah, we'll just go with this right here. This makes a lot of sense. 21,449. No, that's actually too low, guys. Hold on, my bad. That is not right. Maybe right there, 22.4. Okay, maybe 22.4, somewhere around that. It's going to be like a little gap, but let's just call that the next level. So as long as Bitcoin is between these two, between the levels here, and it's healthy, it's fine. I don't really love it if it goes and tests 19K more than once. But if it tests it once, that's fine. We fill the gap. Where's BTC Futures, right? We fill the gap. It's not that bad. If we could just stay here for a bit. So, and maybe shake out a bunch of the kind of weak hands, shake out a lot of the leverage, highly leveraged positions, bring down that funding rate, then we can really have a chance to break through 22.5. So that's kind of like where my head's at. So I'm not thinking that it's time to panic right now. But I think everything that I just kind of told you about kind of does tell us a picture that we probably will drop. And like I said, let's just hope that we do drop to 19K. It's just once. I don't want to see twice, and I sure as hell don't want to see 3 times, because then it's like that would be a time to maybe front run a short. But look, guys, as long as BTC is over 19K, you can stay cautiously bullish, in my opinion. That's my 2 cents. That's how I'm going to play it. As long as it stays over 19K. And if it bounces off 19K and shows volume and shows a lot of momentum, and then that could be really good, and things with the macro start, opening up a bit. But look, guys, A, we're still under quantitative tightening. B, do not fight the Fed. Do not fight the Fed, and I'm going to say it again, do not fight the Fed. So as long as Powell is raising rates, guys, you cannot get ultra bullish on the most risk-on asset in the world. Just don't do it. So as long as those things are happening, and now we are going into earnings seasons, and we're already starting to see that earnings season's not going to be that great. I think best case scenario, if you're a bull, you just want it to kind of just somehow decouple from the traditional markets for the next few weeks and just kind of stay in this range. So let's see what happens. But who knows? Like I said, we have to be like water, and we have to be open to all things, right? Because I was so dead set that we're going to stay on this wedge like that, right? And just kind of do something like this, like that, right? I was dead set on it. I thought for sure that was going to happen, right? But no one knows for sure what's going to happen. I sure as hell don't know for sure what's going to happen. I'm just telling you what my 2 cents are, what probabilities dictate. But probably. I mean, how many times have you seen on ESPN score ticker where the game's like for early third quarter, and the little ESPN IBM powered Watson thing tells you it's 98.7% chance that this team wins, and they lose, right? So just because you have probabilities on your side doesn't mean that you are going to be right. So that's what I saw. That's obviously not going to happen, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. What I would like to see happen is just BTC to just kind of do this. I do think we have to hit 19K. That would also bring in more market participants. But when we do, I want to see something like this. I want to see high volume, a green volume, and then let's see what we can do. But I do not expect for us to be able to cross 22.4, 22.5, 22.6, whatever on the first try. Maybe we'll do some kind of wick, and that's about it. Then we'll probably fall back into the range, consolidate it again, reset all the indicators, and then hopefully then. But yeah, it's just a really murky place. So I can't give you like a big, I feel really bullish right now. Yeah, I feel very bearish right now. There's reasons for both, but I think if you're a bull, you really just want to stay over 19K, and you probably only want to hit 19K once. So yeah, that's about it for today's video. And one last thing, I forgot to state it earlier. I am an affiliate for Bitget. It's a great way for you guys to support my channel by using my link below to do your trading, shorting, leverage trading, all that good stuff. It's a fantastic platform. They have proof of reserves, and they're doing a $100 giveaway to anyone that has money in their account that gets in there through my link. So we'll be announcing the winner next week. All right, guys, have a good one. Trade safe. Thanks for watching.